What's going on, family? This is Rafael from Planting a Seed. I hope you're having a blessed day. So for today's video, we're going to talk about much forgiven, much love. So we're going to talk about how God can use even the moments when you fall to glorify His name. But before we just get started, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, to give us some comment in the section below, to give us some thumbs up in the video, to share this video with your friends, and to check our website. There's many amazing articles there, guys and girls, boys, brothers and sisters. I hope you can, see our articles there. There's plenty of amazing articles, stuff that usually you think about it, but you just don't search for it. Stuff like, man, how, what would you have in heaven? I don't know how hell is look like. I know that you don't want to be to hell. I know, but this kind of stuff can help you to increase in faith, and it will help you to preach the gospel also. So go there, check our website, check our articles. I hope you can be blessed by it. But now let's read a couple of verses here. I promise I'll do my best to read as fast as possible because there's many verses to read here. We're gonna read Luke 7, verses 36 from 50. So a little bit extensive, but I'll do my best to read as fast as possible. So now let's get into it. It says, one of the Pharisees asked him to eat with him, Jesus. And he went into the Pharisee's house and reclined at table. And behold, a woman of the city, that was a sinner, when she learned that he was reclining at table in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster flask of ointment, and standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears, and wiped them with the hair of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointing them with the ointment. Now when the Pharisee who had invited him saw this, he said to himself, if this man were a prophet, he would have known who and what sort of woman this is who is touching him, for she's a sinner. And Jesus answering said to him, Simon, I have something to say to you. And he answered, say it, teacher, or master in other verses. A certain moneylender had two debtors. One won 500 denarii and the other 50. When they could not pay, he canceled the debt of both. Now which of them will love him more? Simon answered, the one, I suppose, for whom he canceled the larger debt. And he said to him, you have judged rightly. Then turning toward the woman, he said to Simon, do you see this woman? I entered your house. You gave me no water for my feet, but she has wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You gave me no kiss, but from the time I came in, she has not ceased to kiss my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she has anointed my feet with ointment. Therefore I tell you, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But he who is forgiven little, loves little. And he said to her, your sins are forgiven. And those who were at the table with him began to say among themselves, who is this who even forgives sins? And he said to the woman, your faith has saved you. Go in peace. See, back in those days, in Jesus' days, when someone entering your house, let's say I invited Jesus to my house, they had this kind of ritual to, they had to anoint the person, wash their feet. It was kind of a way to tell the person that they were important. So when Jesus entered in this Pharisee house, he did nothing of that. But see, this woman entered there, even being a prostitute. She does all that she could. So this alabaster, let me see here, he kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. This alabaster ointment, I don't know, kind of alabaster flask This alabaster flask of ointment was something that was extremely expensive. To buy some of them, to buy one of them, it was kind of they had a minimum salary, so working through all the year, they could buy one of this alabaster flask. So this woman took something extremely expensive, so she paid. I don't know. We don't know if she had this money. I don't know. They don't have bank account in those days, but I don't know. What we know is that this woman took a money of a year of working. So imagine she was a prostitute. So being a prostitute for a year, and she used this money that she had to sacrifice with a terrible sacrifice, if you know what I mean. And she used that to buy a flask of alabaster, which was extremely expensive. And she just break this in Jesus' feet and wash with her and wash her feet, his feet with her with this oil and it's crazy, man, because who can do this? It's crazy, man, because when she decided to do that and she started crying and washing his feet and kind of with her hair cleansing his feet, which is crazy to think about, is most people would think exactly the same as the Pharisee. Man, this woman is a prostitute. If this man is a prophet, he would never be glad or happy with this. This woman is a prostitute. But Jesus, he's just not like us. We judge others. Jesus don't. Of course, Jesus won't tell to this women, "Oh, okay, live your life of sin." No, of course. We know that in the Bible, throughout the Bible, we can see that Jesus, when he called this kind of people, he always says, "Please, I forgive you, but don't commit the sin anymore." But see, what we can see here is the mercy of Christ. So he just looked to this woman and said, he just see that the Pharisee start to judging her, and he just told the story of a man who was kind of in debt with the master, and was kind of I'm in debt with my boss with $500, and then there is this woman she was kind of in debt with $500,000, I don't know. So then, when the master decide to pay the bill and just, you don't need to pay anymore, of course she will be happier because she was in debt with with an expensive debt than mine. So Jesus says here, those who are more forgiven will love more. Those who didn't need to have much forgiveness, they will love less. So what is amazing here is that even when we sin, Jesus used this for the glory of his name. Because this woman was a prostitute and Jesus forgave her, now she has more love for others. Because when Jesus forgives you, now you build up a character of man. If Jesus forgives my sins, my terrible sins, when you start to think about it, when you see people sinning, you don't look to them like judging. You look to them with the eyes of mercy, which is the eyes of Jesus. So, it is just a reflection. The devotional time of today is something that I wanted you to think about. See, when someone do something bad against you, remember how awful things did you do to Jesus Christ, and he decided to forgive you. Our debt was so higher. All of us should be in hell, but Jesus decided to forgive us, even though he didn't need us for nothing. So please remember that and do the same. Do the same. So show mercy, show love to others. So this was the message of the day. A pretty simple message. I hope this blessed you. So I hope God could spoke to you through that message. So if you like the video, don't forget to give us some comment in the section below, to give us a thumbs up, to subscribe on our channel, and to share this video with someone who you know that is in need of hearing this. Don't forget also to check our website. There's plenty amazing articles there, and these articles will help you to grow in faith. So I hope I can see you in the next devotional time. So that's it. See you later.